Hi, everybody. I'm Karen Jeffries from Hilariously Infertile, and this is BabbleTV. I'm so excited to be talking to you guys today. So one of the topics I've spoken about so far is trying to conceive on your own. Another one is the fertility clinic waiting room. Today, I'm going to be talking about morning monitoring. I don't know about you, but I remember very, very vividly being told that I was going to have to come to the fertility clinic before work. Now, at the time, I lived in New York City and I was commuting to a little bit north of the city to be a school teacher. I'm a fourth grade dual language teacher. And I remember the doctor saying I would have to go to the clinic before work. And I was like, no, what? And he said, yes, you have to come here before you go to work. And I was like, I leave my apartment at 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, what could possibly happen before 7 o'clock in the morning other than like just showering and getting out of your apartment? It just didn't make any sense to me. And he said, no, you need to come here before work, which stressed me out. Being a school teacher, you have to be at your classroom on time every single day. There's no like, oh, sorry, boss, I'm a few minutes late. That just doesn't happen. It's really not allowed almost. So I would wake up super early to leave my house, like leave my apartment at like 6:30, 6:40 in the morning so I could drive to the fertility clinic. My husband would wait in the car and then he would wait there so I didn't have to park or pay for parking. And then I would go in for morning monitoring. Super stressful. For my second round of fertility treatments, we had moved up here to where I live now in the suburbs of New York City. So I was doing the same thing, but reverse. I was waking up at 4:45 in the morning, leaving my house at 5:45, driving down to the city, being there by 6:40, 6:45, parking my car in a parking garage, going in for morning monitoring so I could be the first person in line in like the elevator vestibule. So I'm the first person for blood and ultrasound so that then I can leave the clinic hopefully at the latest by 7:20 so I could drive back up to where I teach and still be there by the 8:24 morning bell. At which point, oftentimes my students would be unpacking and I would be shoving what I packed for lunch in my face because I was so hungry and I felt like I had been awake for multiple hours by that point. I always say that if infertility were to happen in a vacuum, right? If all you had to do was stay home, go to the clinic, come back, that would be hard. It would be hard. It would be a lot. It would be emotional. It would be stressful, doing all the shots, getting all the medicine. That would be really a challenge. That's not how infertility is, not for anyone. You have your work. You have, maybe other children. You have your family. You have obligations. You've got bills to pay. You've got maybe a spouse. You have all these other things. You have commuting, insurance, like so many other things going on that really impact that morning monitoring timeframe. And it does get really, really stressful. So you're not alone if you think that morning monitoring is like one of the more stressful parts of it, because it is. It really, really is. So once you're in the clinic and you're sitting in the waiting room and you sign in to however they have their sign in thing, mine was on a computer, you get called back for your blood work and ultrasound. I remember at first, I was like, I don't know how good I am at taking blood. By the end of it, don't you worry, you will be a pro at getting your blood taken because you have to be. You literally don't have a choice. Not to mention that the people who are taking your blood in the morning are, I don't know, the nicest, kindest, most genuine, most wide awake people. For me, it was in the entire island of Manhattan. Like they were just the nicest people ever. They take your blood and then they move. And to be honest, I remember them taking a bite of my blood and I was like, did you roll up my shirt sleeve? And they're like, yeah, no, we're done. And I was like, oh, that you did it very, very quickly because this is what they do day in, day out. They are literally professionals. Then you go into your morning monitoring exam room. This is where you get undressed from the waist down. Here's a tip. Don't wear a romper or a jumpsuit or any sort of onesie type fashionable outfit, because if you do, then you're just butt naked. Just butt naked. So you undress from the waist down. I remember they always give you that blue cloth to put on you, which I always was so curious, like, why do we have that? why do we have the blue cloth? You're still going all up in there. Why are we trying to separate it? I don't know. I never really understood that. So then a doctor will come in, maybe a doctor, maybe a med student will come in, and they will use the ultrasound wand, which we like to call Wanda, and they'll lube it up and they'll shove it inside of you, so far inside of you that you could actually think that they could probably spin you around the room. It really is a fun time. And they will measure your uterine lining. They'll go to one side, they'll measure your ovaries and your follicles. They'll go to the other side and measure your other ovary and follicles. And then they will extract the wand and tell you, go stop by billing on your way out. Have a good day. And that's morning monitoring. You have to get dressed, wipe away all that extra lube. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 o'clock in the morning. You get dressed again. If you need to stop by billing, you stop by billing, you leave, and you go about your day. That is morning monitoring. And for some people, I know, like for me, that was one of the most stressful parts about going through infertility, because having to do that and still get to work on time and still have traffic, all this stuff. I remember one time I left at super, super early and the entire highway was backed up. So I had to get off and go on the back road, and I was driving like a mad woman. It was as though I was in like a Jason Bourne movie. And that just set me for the whole day. For the whole day, I was still like, ooh. So I get it. So if you're going through morning monitoring and you feel like all these feelings are weird or different, or something that you feel like you're alone, or why are you feeling all these crazy feelings, you're not alone. That's morning monitoring. I remember one time someone cut in front of me during morning monitoring and I almost lost my mind. I actually thought that I was going to like jump onto their shoulders and start banging on their head because I was so upset. And it wasn't that I was upset about this person, right? It was the stress of morning monitoring, of the infertility, of the clinic, of getting there and then getting to work and all the other things that were going on in my life. And then have it being cut didn't really help. So that is morning monitoring. And if you ever need some resources or help or to feel like you're not alone, always contact IVF Babble, or you can come to Hilariously Infertile on my social media sites. I'll talk to you later, guys. Have a great day. Bye.